Hi, Soul Fam. This is going to be a special edition of the IJH Energy Update for the week of November 30th. Happy full moon eclipse in Gemini. I bet you've been feeling it if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising because the moon rules your planet. So if you've been feeling really emotional, if things have been coming up, Chiron, the wounded healer, is sextiling the moon. And so this is a great opportunity for healing. I know we thought we were done yet, right? We thought that we had processed a lot of things from the past last week. Well, we're still processing, guys. And I'm going to take this opportunity to get really vulnerable with you guys. You know, this has been such an interesting week. I have to tell you, I've heard so many people say, you know, I want to be an entrepreneur, right? Or I want to be a creative or a content creator. And I feel like there's so many coaches out there on Instagram and Facebook, and they're saying, oh, it's so easy. You're going to sell 3K packages and you're going to have $10,000 launches. And I just don't think that's realistic. And what I mean by that is people want to give you the impression that it's really easy to live your dreams and to go out and start your own business. But everything starts from the inside out. That's why my practice is called Inside Job Healing, okay? So from one sister to another, I want to be really real with you. Living your dream is like flying. When I traveled around the world in 2013, I literally was like, pinch me, because it's been 19 years in the making. It feels like flying, but it takes a lot of hard work. It took me about a year and a half in order to transition out of my corporate gig and save enough money to travel the world and study with the best healers. So I'm just letting you know, if this is really truly a goal of yours to be a creative, to write a book, to start your own business, you know, to start your own podcast, whatever it is, right, in the creative arts, it's hard. It's hard. And that's why I spent 30 years of my life doing a job and having security and a regular paycheck. And that's what people don't really realize is, guys, all these dreams that, you know, we're trying to make happen. That's why you're listening to these energy forecasts, because I'm telling you about the astrology supporting our dreams for the next 35 years, right? In order to do that, you have to take action, right? And it starts from the transformation of the inside out. You cannot start your own business if you're not fearless, or if you're not a risk taker, or if you're risk averse, or if you're somebody who expects a steady paycheck every month. That's not going to happen. Some months you might make 2,000 or zero. Some months you may make 10,000 or 30,000. I mean, that's, you know, the sky is the limit. But ultimately, you have to think about all these things. When you're looking at your dreams, there's also a shadow side, right? So the reason I'm mentioning all of this to you is because entrepreneurship is one of the most accelerated paths in spirituality, because it has you look at all your weaknesses, all your areas of growth. It has you step outside your comfort zone. You need to ask other people for help. You need to ask the bank for investment, or friends for investments, or strangers to invest in you and believe in you. And then you got to go get customers, and you got to pitch your ideas to customers and sell them to the customers, and market yourself, and do all these icky things that your soul's like, oh, like I didn't know I was going to do all that to achieve my dreams. So I really, really want you guys to think about this. And if you're somebody who really needs a program to help you be seen, to help you gain the confidence, to help you drop the fear, to help you live from a place of empowerment, from love, to believe in yourself and truly be a change maker and make an impact in the world, today is the last day to sign up for my Lifestyle Reset and Thrive. And guess what? It is a blueprint for awakened living. So if you are somebody who is new to spirituality, newly awakened, and your family thinks you're crazy because they have no idea what you're doing, you're quitting your job, or you're moving, or breaking up with your man, or whatever it is, I'm telling you, there is a tribe for you there. I want to give a huge shout out and thank from the bottom of my heart the 4 beautiful ladies that signed up. They're already in community together in group chat. They're going to be starting the self-paced 12-week course here soon. So thank you. And I want to thank, I don't think I do this often enough, but gratitude is such a huge component of manifestation. So I want to thank the hundreds of clients that have trusted me as their guide throughout this journey of me being a healer over 10 years. I started meditating 10 years ago. I started doing yoga in the 90s. I've always been ahead of my time. If you want someone who's progressive, who's going to guide you, I'm your girl. Definitely have produced results time and time again on the table, virtually, and in the digital course. So if this is of interest to you, please DM me, message me. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to take you to the next level in your career, in your relationships, in your abundance, detoxing your body, in your health. Because guess what? It takes work, and that's what most coaches won't tell you, and I'm not afraid to tell you. So love me or hate me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I might trigger you, I might have you dive in deep, but guess what? True transformation doesn't begin when you're just being nice to people and being a people pleaser. And let me tell you, as a recovering people pleaser and as a perfectionist, I love it when I get people to really talk about their triggers and tell me why they're saying no to the service or course that I'm offering, because I'm coming from a place of love. But guess what? I only work with those that are ready, that are making a big impact, that are change makers. So if that's you, please hit me up. There are still 2 scholarships, West scholarships, thank you Madison, left at $275 a piece. You get the course for 70% off, lifetime access to all the videos and PDFs and journal prompts and homework and recipe books and infographics, so at $999. So for those that are interested in the scholarships, the requirement is that you be of need financially and that you're starting on your spiritual journey and you are really ready to dive in. All right, guys, so I'm going to continue with the forecast, right? And so the reason I brought up Chiron and the Wounded Healer is I feel like I have to say, so during a Friendsgiving, which was amazing, thank you, Jen and Jamie, for having us, I gathered with like-minded people. It was one of the most peaceful, easygoing, relaxed Thanksgivings I've ever had. A lot of people, because of COVID, haven't been traveling to see their families or chose to stay at home. So I'm really grateful for that. And something came up. I was talking to a friend at Thanksgiving, and he mentioned that, trust issues, right? Especially with the spiritual community. So I want to bring that up. I think we all as a collective have this wound of trust issues. So really, really want to talk about that. This is your opportunity to really dive in, to explore, do I have trust issues? Do I have my internal walls up? Or is it that people don't trust me and that's being reflected to me? So as a collective right now, we're working out the pattern of trust, okay? And I'm going to tell you, I've been talking over the last few months. The reason I started creating these videos is because I'm a responder generator, basically, in the human design model, and we respond. And so my clients were saying, I don't know what's going on. I need some hope. I'd like to know what's going on cosmically so then I don't feel crazy and emotional or what's going on. And I want to know what's really going on with the collective. It gives people a lot of hope and peace. And so I started creating these videos. And so I have to tell you guys, this is coming up to be seen because a lot of people have been triggered by me, whether it's my messages politically about saying, let's be neutral, let's not label ourselves. I mean, I'm someone who was a socialist and was a liberal and a libertarian. And now I'm like, I'm just me. And so I know that dark forces, nefarious forces have infiltrated both sides. And it's not as simple as Republican versus Democrat. And I think that there's just been a lot of energy of divisiveness. So I've gotten a backlash about that. People saying like, I don't resonate with your message and things like that. Well, guess what? I'm not here to please you. I'm here to speak my truth from a place of love. And this is what this video is about, is are you going to choose love and truth? I happen to be a soldier of that. That's why I'm wearing camo. Or are you going to choose to be in the camp of fear and deception? Because guess what? A lot of people, if someone's trying to sell you something, just say no. Just say no and be brave enough to speak your truth as to why that is. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to people please them. Don't try to tell them what they want to hear. Don't make excuses like I don't have money. Money is just an excuse. And in this program, I teach you how to overcome your abundance blocks and really be in your wealth consciousness. And it makes me really sad that a lot of women are like, oh, I have my own business or my own side hustle, but they rely primarily on their partners for the income. And listen, I am not only a feminist, that's a label, I'm not even a feminist, I'm somebody who's about equality, right? So if you're someone who has their own business, it shouldn't be a hobby, it should be income generating, and you should be able to provide for yourself, not have to ask your husband whether you can afford a course or a spiritual thing or crystals or whatever it is. And I'm not saying that to criticize or shame people. I'm just being real with you. If you want to be successful, if you think that you're doing well in your business, then you should be able to earn enough money to support yourself, right? And really, really be, in full power in your divine masculine. Because even though we're men and women, we both have feminine energy, the yin, and we have masculine energy, the yang. Right. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is to heal those things, especially with the wounded healer Chiron being sextile to the moon right now. This is a great opportunity for healing. It's a great opportunity to unearth what are those little wounds that still haven't been looked at, right? Instead of stuffing them down with food and addictions. My God, Neptune right now is going direct in its home sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of addictive behaviors coming to the surface, guys. So I ask you not to go back to those addictive behaviors, whether it's food, cigarettes, alcohol, alcohol, whatever it is. I ask you to really, truly feel to heal, okay? Because this stuff's not going anywhere. You stuffing it down with numbing addictive agents is not going to help you. And another thing with Neptune, not only are we dealing with trust issues, but Neptune creates a little bit of confusion, okay? And also like murkiness. And so a lot of us are feeling a little confused. There's a lot of deception going on, right? I experienced that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say the victim of that, because we on the ascension path and the awakening process, we're stepping away from our victimhood and really stepping into our empowerment, okay? So I'm not a victim. However, because of my compassion, kindness, and generosity, I fell prey to some deceptive practices in trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace this weekend. And it hit me hard, guys. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm clearing for the collective. Because once you've healed yourself and you've healed your inner child and your childhood wounds and your intergenerational healing for your ancestors, then you start clearing for the entire collective. And I realized how we are going to feel so bamboozled. I've been alluding to nefarious activities that have been going on in the cabal and different things, and triggered a bunch of people, which I'm going to say the truth. I'm going to be in the light. And if it scares you, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And I just discovered, I was like, you know what? Oh my God, the collective's going to be so shocked. Now we found out about the child sex trafficking and some of the Clinton Foundation malpractices and, Microsoft with Bill Gates and the vaccines and all that. That's all been coming out in 2020. As painful as this year has been, it's been uncovering a lot of the darkness, right? And bringing it to the surface, to the light to be transmuted. But I'm going to tell you, when the collective really finds out what's going on, they're going to feel betrayed. They're going to feel like their trust has been misused. They're going to feel deceived and so on and so forth. And they're going to be shocked, just like I did this weekend. So I feel like this weekend was a shock to my system, because I'm used to hanging out with my tribe and my high-vibing peeps and eating my high-vibing food and detoxing my body and working my program, and I'm very much, full into my morning routine, and I'm on my own weight loss journey and working with my lymph nodes. And guys, listen, you know what? Your body's a temple, take care of it. So that's what my program's about, is you being in embodiment practices, you actually doing the practices, doing simple things, little incremental changes to make big transformations. It's not just going to come like that. You have to change your actions, right? You're not going to lose weight if you're doing the same thing, if you're emotionally eating and not working out and not basically starting your lymph every morning. And so I'm just telling you that you need to do those things. And part of that is to look at the darkness, right? Even though it's uncomfortable, and you probably want to shoot the messenger, AKA me, and be like, why is she talking about all this stuff? Like, that's so uncomfortable. I don't like that, or that's triggering me, right? But you have to transcend your programming. That's part of your social programming. That's part of being on the earth plane. Okay, guys? So right now, this is an opportunity to do that, right? And I'm telling you, it's going to be a shocker when the average 3D person finds out what's really been going on this planet, this slave planet. It's a failed freedom experiment. They are going to be shocked. Trust issues are going to come up, deception, they're going to feel betrayed, okay? So I invite you to go ahead and work with your shadow now, right? And we've already talked about setting your intentions. This eclipse, they said it was a partial lunar eclipse. Well, guess what? This Cancer ascendant was feeling it like crazy. Definitely, you might go through, if you have a real connection with the moon like I do, you might go through a dark night of the soul where you're reassessing things. Like, you're like, oh my God, do I really want to stay on this planet? A lot of light workers have asked themselves that, especially with the current election results and not knowing what timeline. But I'm going to echo feel good in this, guys. This isn't a time for peace. This is a time for war. This is a war of light versus dark. All right, within yourself, within the collective. So we're not just going to peacefully sit back and let bad shit happen to this planet, okay? So I'm just telling you, as uncomfortable as it is time to look at those things and heal them within yourself so you can heal them in the collective, okay? And again, just a reminder that Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are still conjunct. And then Jupiter and Saturn are going into the sign of Aquarius, the very progressive sign of Aquarius, December 21st. And then we have a new moon in Sagittarius coming up in a couple of weeks. So right now we're getting into those higher timeline stuff, but we're going to have to fight for it and claw for it. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be easier to step into our 35 new life and leave the old behind. So process. Love you guys. Please contact me and sign up for the course before midnight tonight. Rena with InsideJobHealing.com.